right, we're up for another Parawing session today. Today it's all about testing the new bridal setting. So if you haven't seen Greg's update yet, I think everyone who has either bought a Parawing or signed up to the newsletter on his website received an update about a new bridal setting, which has a very big claim actually. So it's claiming better upwind, better attack angle, and you being able to manage that attack angle with the wind, so that'll help you go upwind. And I didn't hear anything about any downfalls yet, so everybody who has ridden it, and there's some comments coming up on YouTube about their experience, everybody's saying it's awesome. So I'm keen to see how it goes today. We're at about 16 to 19 knots. That's what it's that's the range that we're working with today. I was really hoping to test the Parawing a little bit overpowered, because this new bridal setting will help you ride in an overpowered situation as well. So I was keen to try that out. But hey, let's just get out there, see how this new bridal system works and feels, and I'll give you guys a little bit of an update on that one today. Cool, so we got like maybe 16 to 18 knots. Well, 60 max, to be honest. It's a little bit lighter than what I wanted it to be, but when you do these changes to the bridal setup and you have all of these gains in terms of upwind ability and ability to have a bigger range with the kite in general, you normally lose a lot of low end. So I think it's going to be perfect to test that today and just see how much low end we still have with this new setup. I'm on the 80 mast with the 1130S, the 142 tail, and a medium fuse. So let's see what this new bridal update feels like. So first impressions of the new setup, really nice upwind angle right now. The wind is not too strong, and I was probably able to get up as easy as I could ever get up. Like, it was really good in marginal conditions for this Parawing for myself and my weight and all that. Normally 15 knots I struggle a little bit, but 15 knots today, no issues. Going upwind pretty good. It absorbs the gust pretty well as well. So far so good, so far so good. At the 30-minute mark, going upwind really well. It's managing gusts really well. I'm enjoying the new feel of the Parawing, and it's feeling so stable, less erratic, more predictable, easier to manage, same amount of power. So good update so far. I want to send a downwinder now, so after 30 minutes we'll check the GPS, see how far upwind we got, but there's some good bumps, so let's send one. Woo! Let's go! Woo! Good bumps.
Yes, how good. Ew. What a fun. Yes, how good. Ew. A little bit messy here. Get through this. Nice. There's a lot of boats out there today. That's making this little bit here a little messy, but we're almost finishing now. Our first little downwinder leg. I'm wondering how many Ks this was. Probably not that much. Maybe 2. I don't know. But that was a 30-minute upwind. And whoo, look at this little section. Yeah! How good. Epic. Woo! Yeah. I'm getting a lot more confidence in just banking these surf turns, because I could just get up. Even today, a messy day, which would be a little bit hard to get up on the paddle just because it's a little bit messy and cross. I don't care. Do not care. How good is this? Woo! Amazing! Woo-hoo-hoo. That was awesome. I'll do another upwind leg. Let's go! Yes. Nice. Today, I'm only using the surf stove. I find it so much easier to control when you relaunch. So I'm just going through the front lines, and it's working really well. Bumps are fun, man. I don't think I'm going to do a big upwind again because there's enough bumps here to play around. So let's keep at it. The new update's good. Woo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo. Woohoo! What a haul!
total control. Much better relaunch as well with the setup, with the Raven. Or I'm just getting a little bit better with it as well, but it just feels like once it's up and it deploys initially, it's just smoother. It's not just like a bang of power. And I'm starting to get a little overpowered now. So that's awesome. Good feeling.
Cool. So session over, and it was a really good session. We're a really successful test of the new bridal setup, and I think all around it's just an improvement on everything. I didn't feel like I was lacking. Today was we started out with maybe 14 to 16 knots, and it built up to maybe 16 to 18, and it didn't really pass that much. But I felt like I had the same bottom end as I had before. I didn't feel like I was lacking or the wing wasn't producing that power. It's still a very on and off feeling. It's still a wing or a kite that once it's up in the air, it just starts producing power, right? But that power with this tweak in the bridal setup felt a little bit less erratic. So when I started with the Parawing, one of the things that kind of, you know, surprised me was how erratic it was in the air. And this setup allowed it to fly a lot more smooth, a lot smoother, and a little bit more predictable as well. Less of those moments where you're doing a jibe or something and, you know, you're going this way and the Parawing wants to go the other way, and then it catches and is just a little bit weird. Less of those moments. I felt that what Greg mentioned about the angle of attack, that you can have a better angle of attack for upwind ability, I completely agree with that. So, and that's very evident when doing an upwind. I'll show you the GPS tracker later on of the upwind tack. So total session kilometer distance here is 31 kilometers, 2 hours and 16 minutes in the water. I started the session going straight upwind, so as you can see here, boom, 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 good angles all the way to this point here. So let's call that 22 kilometers. So, you know, just over 10 kilometers going upwind, and as you can see right there, towards the middle of your screen, there are 30 minutes of going upwind. Now, this is what I want to test, and I've been repeating this test a few times now to see, you know, how good you can go upwind and how long of a distance you can come downwind. So 30 minutes, and then I started pointing downwind. When we look at here at what you actually do when you're going downwind, we're starting at 22 kilometers. If we continue doing this run here, and there were some really good bumps. It was a really fun run. And you could get really good lines all the way down to there. That's 18.45. Let's call it 4 kilometers, okay? Just under 4 kilometers. So that's an improvement on the last session already. On average, we do, you know, anywhere from 2.5 to 3 minutes per K going downwind on a slow day like it was today. So, you know, essentially the best case scenario, 4 kilometers, and having those kilometers each be 3 minutes, it would be 12 minutes of riding. On the lower end of that, it would be 10 minutes of riding. So just keep that in mind. But again, 4 kilometer stint, and you can repeat that as much as you can. I continued then just doing stows. I was just ripping over here, and it was just so much fun staying in this part of the shore, because it was a little bit more peaky and the waves were a little bit steeper and a little bit cleaner as well. It was still shifting from a very strong southwesterly wind we had this morning to a southerly. So out there was lots of cross swell. Closer to shore, because it's a little bit shallower, it was a little bit cleaner. So that was a lot of fun. Let's just imagine for a second that this leash over here, this leash is the Parawing, right? So it rides right in front of you all the time. And if you kite, you know that straight in front
and straight in front of you, not overhead, but straight in front, is where there's the maximum amount of power in the power zone. And what that means is if it's windy, it will be hard for you to, produce an upwind angle because the kite is pushing you downwind. And it's where you're going to feel the most amount of pressure in that zone, right? Is right here. But what this setup allowed the Parawing to do is, instead of flying in the middle of the window where most of the power is, it flies a little bit to the side of the window. And that angle from here to here is massive because that helps you then go upwind. If you're only able to go upwind this much, once you have a better angle of attack and the kite is on a little bit further to the side of the wind, let's say that again. Once the Parawing is a little bit further to the side of the power zone, you have a little bit less pressure going downwind, and you can have a better angle of attack going upwind. And that was extremely evident in this session. So I was able to manage the gusts a little bit better as well. So contrary to, the gust would come and then you would point your board a little bit downwind, all of a sudden you're just picking up speed like crazy. I was able to, with the bar, and do these kind of tweaks that then change that angle of attack, and I was able to then depower it a little bit or power it up, depower it a little bit or power it up. And that is, look, it's still a very minute adjustment and a very small amount of input on the bar for you to actually get enough of a power or a power up. And I think if you don't kite, it's very hard for you to pick that up. Sometimes you might not even know what's happening, and it's like, oh, now there's too much power, oh, and now there's not enough power. But as a kiter, you know that once you release the rear lines, what you're essentially doing is, if the wind's coming from this direction, instead of the Parawing, getting all the wind here, you're releasing the power. So there's more wind traveling through the kite and less wind getting captured in the kite. And that's that little adjustment that is so helpful and so beneficial when you're going upwind. And I'm yet to test it in over 20 knots because I want to see how it reacts when it's really overpowered. And I feel that the 4 meters, the 4 meter Parawing for me, with my weight, I actually dropped a few now, so I'm around 82 kilos. I think that up to 20 knots, I'm comfortable. Over 20 knots, I start to get into that range where I can use it, but I can use it to go downwind. It would be very hard for me to hold all that power and go upwind efficiently and be able to do an upwind leg that is long enough and up enough that would then give me a downwind, a good downwind time. So yeah, look, in all, I'm not going to change my setup back to what it was. I love how it is now. I feel like once we test it over 20 knots, we'll see if that range of the Parawing is also increased, as Greg mentioned in his video. I'm also going to link that video in the description. So if you haven't watched his a very thorough walkthrough of how to do this upgrade to your Parawing, I'm going to put it on the description so you could just go and check it out. I would highly recommend, and I actually think that the Parawing should come like that out of the box. I don't feel like you're gaining anything from the other setup, to be honest. I think it's a little bit harder to handle. It feels more overwhelming. It feels a little bit harder to lose speed and have a comfortable ride in it. So I don't know why it was launched this way, and if it was a planned launch to have it out there in the market and then go to this other setup, or if this is something that they found out midway through and now this is how everybody rides because it's better, and now they're just passing that on to the market. So overall good. If you want to try it out, I highly recommend trying it out. There's no drawbacks. There's actually nothing that the Parawing does
less, so I don't see a reason why not doing the tweak. It takes probably 20 to 30 minutes max to get the setup done. And again, watch the video in the description. It's very thorough, and it'll take you through, you know, step by step. And it's an easy step-by-step process that you could just take your time with it and get it done. So overall, good, stoked. You know, another good day. I'll post maybe more of some riding today. I apart from some weed that I caught along the way, because it was very, very dirty, the water from some rain. I really didn't fall that much. I think you know, everything is coming together now. So let's see if you know, we have some more wind tomorrow, and if we do, we'll do another one.